is the worst of time, it is the best of time. I started this video with Dickens with a slight change. We all are in trauma and eagerly waiting for a messiah in the form of vaccine or a medicine to lead us to a safer place. But on the other hand, it is the best time for the job aspirants for their planning, preparation, revision and introspection. So welcome to all of you to this channel for the preparation of competitive exams on general English class. And I think my today's presentation on general English will hone your skills you are already acquainted with. Many of you know that the paper of English language in most of the competitive exams like bank, clerkship, railways, etc. contains objective questions relating to word power, grammatical rules, grammatical usage and compositional skills. Many of you find these questions difficult to solve. You should acquire knowledge of grammatical rules as well as you must practice well to solve these questions confidentially and correctly. Apart from cramming rules, practice will give you confidence and make you conversant with the tricks and typicality of such questions. Today I will be focusing on spotting the errors which are considered by many the toughest part, as it demands good command over grammatical rules and their usage. Let's come to the topic. How to spot the error in a sentence? Look at the sentence I am writing on the board. In most of the exams, a sentence is usually given like it, divided into 4 or 5 parts, marked A to E, as you find here. E refers to no error, and the candidates are to find out the part having an error, and the error may be pertaining to the use of verb, adverb, noun, pronoun, preposition, unenlic expression and subject-verb agreement. Now candidates are to go through the rules to solve these questions. Today in this class, I will make you familiar with some basic rules related to it to solve such questions in the easiest and smartest way. My today's topic is subject-verb agreement. What is subject-verb agreement? The very name gives us a hint. The subject of a sentence must agree with the verb of the sentence. So the basic concept is the verb must be singular when the subject is singular, the verb must be plural when the subject is plural, and they must agree in 2 ways. In number can be singular and plural. In person can be first, second and third. The verb changes according to the person and number of the subject. Now let's see some rules related to it. Rule 1. Be verb be verb. As you know, am, is, are, was, were, etc. Be verbs change according to the number and person of the subject, but other verbs do not change much on the basis of the subject, except the verbs of the simple present tense. If the subjects are a third person singular number, the verbs are used with s or es in the simple present tense, and the verb with s, es in the simple present tense are called singular verbs. Look at the few examples I am writing on the board to understand the concept. I am going to school. You are going to school. He goes to school. So look at the examples and see how be verbs change according to the number and person of the subject. So you must remind the basic concept. Verb must be singular when the subject is singular, and verb must be plural when the subjects are plural. But there are some exceptions to the rule 1. In a sentence expressing imaginary wish or supposition, the verb used must be plural. For example, I wish I were a bird. Okay? Verbs like help, save, and bless, when used expressing good wishes, desire, and blessings, must be in plural. Look at the example. God bless you. You cannot here use blesses. God save our queen. You cannot use saves. Rule 3. Under rule 1, verbs like dare, need, when used as models in interrogative and negative sentence, cannot be made singular by adding s. For example, he did not to go there. You cannot use needs. Needs will be wrong. For another example, I can say, he dared not to oppose my proposal. Now let's see the rule 2. Rule 2 is very simple. When two nouns are connected by and, the verb must be plural. Like Ram and Rohim are friends. Two nouns, Ram and Rohim. That is why you must use plural. Verb are. But if two nouns are connected by, in addition to, together with, accompanied by, including, etc., the verb must be governed by the former subject. For example, and not his friends was present there. So you cannot determine a verb just seeing the nouns friends. You must look at the noun Ram, that is the first noun. So in this case, when two nouns are joined by, as well as, and not, in addition to, besides, including, the verb must be governed by the first noun, that is Ram, singular subject, singular verb. Okay. Now rule 3. When two nouns refer to the same person and same thing, the verb must be singular. For example, the poet and painter has died. Here, the poet and painter refers to the same person, but here is a trick. Look at the sentence. The poet and the painter have died. So the use of the determines the verb. One person, two different persons. Okay. Now rule 4. With collective nouns like family, committee, parliament, army, jury, the verbs can be singular or plural. If collective nouns function as a unit, the verb can be singular, and if the collective nouns function dividedly or not in unison, the verb can be plural. For example, the parliament has passed the bill. The jury are divided in opinion. Here, the act has been done in unison, or here the act has been done not in unison or dividedly. So, on the basis of them, the verb is singular and plural. Next, rule 5. When two nouns connected by or, either or, neither nor, not only but also, the subject closest to the verb determines the verb whether it is singular or plural. For example, neither the principal nor the teachers were present in the function. What I said? The subject closest to the verb. So, look at it. The subject closest to the verb determines the verb. There is a close relationship between subjects and verb, and the verb is governed by it. So, teachers, not the principal. You must have to determine the verb after looking at the teachers. So here verb, plural verb has been used. Now rule 6. Some nouns end with s and appear plural, but they are actually singular in meaning. and take singular verb. Such commonly used nouns are physics, politics, news, wages, arms, innings, etc. No news, for example, no news is good news. No news is good news. They look like plurals, but these nouns all are singular and must take singular verbs after them. Rule 6. Just like the previous rule, some nouns appear singular, but they are actually plural in meaning and take plural verb after them. Such commonly used nouns are people, cattle, police. Police is plural, but policeman is singular. Okay, police, clergy, progeny, genti, infanty, and so many. Okay, the cattle, for example, the cattle are grazing in the field. The cattle are grazing in the field. Rule 7. When two nouns are not almost identical in meaning but part of the same idea and are used as phrase in a sentence, the verb must be singular. For example, bread and butter. Here we see two nouns connected by but and are part of the same idea. Bread and butter is my daily food. Slow, another example, slow and steady wins the race. Okay, rule 8. There are some nouns that are uncountable, like scenery, luggage, information, music, behavior, equipment, traffic, etc. These nouns cannot be pluralized by adding s. So the verb must be singular after these nouns. For example, work is worship. Work is worship. Work, knowledge, these are all uncountable nouns. Knowledge is power, and you cannot pluralize it by adding s after these nouns. So the verb must be singular after these nouns. Now come to the rule 9. There are some nouns that have two parts. Such common nouns are pants. You know, we all wear pants and it has two parts. Trousers, binoculars, spectacles, goggles, shoes, etc. So after these nouns we must use plural verb. For example, my shoes are new. but must remember, if a pair is used with these nouns, the verb must be singular. For example, a pair of shoes is required by me. When expression a pair precedes these nouns, the verb must be singular. Scissors also fall in this category. Now, rule 10. Expressions like one of, either of, neither of, none of take plural nouns and singular verb after them. Note the construction. One of, none of, either of, neither of, plus plural nouns and singular verb. For example, one of my friends needs my help. None of those reasons, another example, none of those reasons is valid. So you can find here one of, none of is followed by plural nouns and singular verb. Okay, let me stop today. As I have promised, I will hold separate classes on each of the subjects. Stay safe and keep working hard to hit your target. Okay, thank you.
সকলকে ধন্যবাদ আমাদের এসজি ইনস্টিটিউশনের ভিডিওগুলোকে এতটা ভালো অ্যাপ্রিসিয়েট করার জন্য। আমাদের এসজি ইনস্টিটিউশনের চ্যানেলটিকে অবশ্যই সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন এবং সাথে নোটিফিকেশান বেলটিকে অন করে দেবেন, যাতে আমাদের পরবর্তী ভিডিওগুলোর নোটিফিকেশান আপনাদের কাছে খুব দ্রুত পৌঁছে যায়। এইভাবেই আমাদের পাশে থাকবেন এবং যে ভিডিওগুলো আপনাদের প্রয়োজন অবশ্যই কমেন্ট সেকশানে সেগুলো লিখুন। আমরা অবশ্যই চেষ্টা করব সেই ভিডিওগুলোকে করার জন্য। অবশ্যই ভিডিওটি লাইক, কমেন্ট এবং শেয়ার করবেন। সকলকে ধন্যবাদ ভিডিওটি দেখার জন্য। সবাই ভালো থেকো, সুস্থ থেকো, বাড়িতে থেকো এবং সকলকে ভালো রেখো।